Good morning, dear viewers, and everyone who's watching us through KTV2. Welcome to a new episode of your morning program, Good Morning Kuwait. And today, as always, we have various segments and special guests that we are so happy and pleased to have them with us this morning. So please keep watching us till the end of the episode. So hello and good morning, Farid.
Good morning, Sarah, and good morning, dear viewers. Good morning, Kuwait. Good morning, everybody. This is your daily program, Good Morning Kuwait, a daily live show in Kuwait TV channel 2. And definitely, we have plenty to talk about today. So please stay tuned and don't go away. But we'll start with, the issue of the century, obesity.
Obesity, for sure, Farid, and especially we are now in the long vacation, long holiday vacation. A lot of people are staying at home, especially the high school and the student. Actually, after they graduate from high school, they are sitting like for 1 year, like 2 years after they enter the college, and they eat too much, actually, unhealthy food.
Definitely, when we go to, obviously, when we go to vacation, which means lay down, eating food, watching movies, screen time. What are we talking about is a screen time. Screen time, definitely we like to eat popcorn or, whatever desserts
Exactly.
there, and a lot of sodas. So definitely these things, need to be diminished, need to be decreased because, okay, make it worth, you know what I mean?
Yes.
I'm not saying not to eat, but make it worth, don't make it like every single 2 hours or maybe let's say every 3 hours,
Exactly.
Yeah, at least once a day or maximum twice a day.
Exactly. And we have too many, like to say, delicious restaurants, Farid. And our vacation, let's say, and we want to hang out, we want to go to restaurants and cafes.
Then if this is the case, okay, at least you have to maintain daily sport, like for 1 hour at least daily. If you want to do that, okay, then there's no problem. But you need to maintain sport, exercise, cardio,
Exactly.
weightlifting, bodybuilding.
You have to stay active, actually.
Exactly.
Even when you are sitting in the office, we have, like, let's say, a sitting down, laying down activity. You have to moving your legs, your shoulders. You have to do some stretches. We have to go in like a walk, like 10 minutes. Don't stay in the office, especially for employees.
Yeah. You need our watches, nowadays.
Exactly.
They alarm you that
to go to stay active.
Yeah, to be active, and frankly, if you want to, basically set your watch, for just alarming you every 2 hours to go and take a walk around and stretch your legs. That's definitely, it's very healthy.
Exactly, Farid. So stay healthy and stay active. And dear viewers, how about to check the weather segment together, and I'll be right back to you.
And definitely, speaking of the weather forecast, I have a tip for the people who are driving out there.
Yes.
Try to clean up the filters of your AC in the car. Believe it or not, the other day I felt there's something with my AC. It's cold.
Yes.
But it doesn't have this thrust, this power. Then I went just by the some mechanical. I said to him, maybe I need a gas or something. And he said, no, let's check your filter. When he took out the filter, it's been a year,
Okay.
And it's really dusty and blocked. So that's why. Please check your AC filters in a car.
Well, thank you for advice, Farid. Really, we can't live without the AC. Especially the weather is getting really hotter this week, and it's going to be really dusty.
Exactly.
So we have to stay dehydrated, dear viewers. We have to drink too much fluids and water.
Water, and please make sure, you put the shades on your glasses when you park outside, or try to find a shade or a shadow area so you can park in it, because it's really hot. Don't put any lighters or any basically compressed, cans in the car, because they will blow up, from that heat.
Exactly, Farid. So we have too many segments, too many reports, but let's have this tiny little break and then we'll move on.
And this is Kona News. His Highness the Emir Sheikh Nawaf Al Ahmed Al Jaber Al Sabah sent a cable of congratulation to Morocco's King Mohammed III on his 24th Throne Day anniversary, and the cable, His Highness the Emir, hailed all the progress and growth achieved during the king's reign, wishing him everlasting health and wellness and further progress and prosperity to his country and people. And also, on the other hand, Kuwait will deal firmly with any effort aiming to jeopardize the nation's security. Interior Minister Sheikh Talal Al-Khalid Al-Sabah said, emphasizing that no one is above the law. Security personnel will remain vigilant and steadfast in efforts to keep the nation's security intact, he told senior officials from the ministry amid talks, underlining the gratitude of the country's political leadership for such measures. The state of Kuwait commits itself to international criteria for combating human trafficking, migrant smuggling, and protecting victims, said a Kuwaiti official. The Kuwaiti Justice Ministry launching a campaign entitled Together Against Human Trafficking. The campaign was launched to mark the UN World Day Against Trafficking in Persons, which falls on July 30. Borsa Kuwait company recorded a net profit of 8.42 million KD, which is worth 25.6 million US dollars during the first half of 2023, a 21.4% decrease compared to the first half of 2022. The decline can be attributed primarily to lower trading activity compared to the same period of 2022, which were the highest first half results for the exchange since its privatization. A statement by the company said Sunday. Chairman of Borsa Kuwait, Hamid Al-Ahmadi, said the company showed remarkable resilience in adapting to market fluctuations and challenging global economic landscape. That's it for Kona. We'll go for a break, and after that, stay tuned. Don't go away. Electronics society have recently suffered from a violation of electronic rights and privacy in light of the spread of cybercrime, as the development of this type of crime coincided with the developments in technologies, but awareness of the dangers of hackers, penetrations, protection methods, and preventive means is still low among many the audience. More details about this important topic will know more from the following report.
Good morning and welcome to the Ministry of Interior segment. Cybersecurity is becoming more important than ever as we rely more on technology to carry out our daily activities. In this report, we will discuss some essential cybersecurity tips that can help you protect your personal information and online activities. Use strong passwords. One of the easiest ways for hackers to gain access to your personal information is through weak passwords. Always use a strong and unique password that is difficult to guess. Use a combination of upper and lower case letters, numbers, and symbols to create a strong password. Also, avoid using the same password for multiple accounts. Keep software updated. Ensure that all the software on your computer or device is updated, and enable automatic updates whenever possible to ensure that you have the latest security patches. Use two-factor authentication. Two-factor authentication, 2FA, adds an extra layer of security to your accounts. It requires a second form of authentication, such as a fingerprint, facial recognition, or a code sent to your phone in addition to your password. This helps to protect your account even if your password is compromised. Be cautious of phishing scams. Phishing scams are a common way for hackers to gain access to personal information. They often involve fraudulent emails or websites designed to look like legitimate ones, tricking you to providing personal information. Be cautious of any email or messages that asks for personal information or urge you to click on a link. Avoid public Wi-Fi. Avoid using public Wi-Fi whenever possible, as these networks are often unsecured, making it easy for hackers to access your device and steal your personal information if you must use public Wi-Fi. Backing your data regularly can help protect you against data loss due to cyber attacks or other disasters. Store your backup on a separate device or in a cloud storage service to ensure that your data is safe. Finally, on the number 97283939, you can use the WhatsApp application to get in touch with the department in charge of combating cybercrimes if you need any assistance. That's all for today. Thanks for watching, and until next time, I'm Major Sarah Jamil, and this is Good Morning Kuwait.
Welcome back, dear viewers. After this interesting introduction, we are glad to have with us today Dr. Khalid Doob, Vice President of Kuwait Association of Rheumatologists, Senior Specialist in Rheumatology. Good morning, and it's really an honor to have you with us. And thanks for joining us in Good Morning Kuwait.
Good morning. It's a pleasure to meet you, and thank you for inviting me.
Definitely, rheumatology is, the pain of nowadays. Frankly, people like me, and these degenerative meniscus tears and all, these details. Doctor, let's start. First of all, what is rheumatism or rheumatic diseases or rheumatology? What are they? So we can define that and explain in simple terms for our viewers.
Sure. This word might be confusing. So rheumatism is actually a symptom. It's not a disease. Rheumatism basically means joint problems, any joint problems, pain, tenderness, swelling, stiffness. So that's what rheumatism is.
Okay.
Now, rheumatic diseases is diseases that are related to joint problems. And rheumatology is the field that study such diseases. So we can study how to detect such diseases, how to diagnose them, and of course how to appropriately treat them as well.
That's so rheumatism is basically a form of symptom. It's not the disease itself. Okay, I see. A lot of people say, oh, when they are old, they talk about rheumatism. Yeah. But definitely, rarely it can suffer from the youngsters also. Because
it does.
The other day I saw a young lad. He's in his 20s. He had rheumatism.
Yes, that's right. This actually, there are two types of rheumatism.
Yeah.
There are the mechanical types, which are common in elderly and senior population.
Yeah.
These are related to the mechanics of the joints.
Okay, so it's like ankles, knees, lower back pain and stuff like that.
That's correct.
Okay.
And actually it occurs when you start moving. So you'll have more pain, more stiffness when you start moving, doing activity, exercise as well.
Okay.
It's related to the mechanics of the joint. If there is damage to the cartilage, degeneration of the cartilage, if there is damage to the tendons or the ligaments that are holding the joint, these are called mechanical problems, such as, I'm sure you have heard of osteoarthritis. It's the main type of mechanical disease. There are other types, such as meniscal degeneration, meniscal injury, ligament injury, such as the anterior cruciate ligament injury.
Exactly. The ACL.
The ACL, that's correct.
Yeah.
So this is the first type. Now the second type, which comes in the young, is the immune-related joint problem. It's called inflammatory arthritis.
Okay, inflammatory arthritis.
That's correct. So this type of disease actually comes to the young. It affects the joint, but not just the joint. It can affect other systems and other organs. That's why we have to take care of them.
Okay,
so
I see.
as I said, it's an immune-related disease. Means that your immune system, which should naturally target germs or bacteria, but now it's targeting part of your body. So it's working against your body. So it's called autoimmune disease.
Okay.
Meaning that your immune system
And-
is
and-
exaggerated and it's actively acting your body.
So, Dr. Khalid, why does it, come to youngster, which is very rare, Why, you think?
So this actually we'll go to the causes of such diseases.
Oh, yeah. So let's now, okay, then you said there are two types.
Two types.
Okay. And you mentioned the ACL.
All right.
Okay. When you have a loose ACL, how would you heal that?
So
It's not a cut, it's not a tear, but it's
we-
becoming like, really loose.
sprain and strain, we call it.
Sprain, yeah.
That's a sort. Usually, it happens secondary to injury, some sort of twisting injury, or some sort of sport injury.
Yeah,
Of
okay.
course, there are levels or grades or stage of treatment. Of course, number one is rest. You have to rest, so your body will naturally heal that. Ice packs, of course, will heal it as well. If there is any swelling, if there is any inflammation, it will help as well. Covering it with some sort of loose bandage, this will help as well because it will stabilize it. Again, it will give time for your body to heal it. Sometimes anti-inflammatory pills can help, such
Really?
as Olfen. You can take them for a short time of period, like a 1 week or 2 week. You don't have to extend them beyond that. Beyond that, you will have the side effects of the medication.
Yeah, absolutely.
You can have also medication that lower the swelling.
So with that, sprain will go away.
Yes,
Really?
it should go away in most cases, especially if it's acute, meaning that it's happening just recent.
Yeah, okay.
But if it's something that has been there for a long time,
Yeah.
it might be difficult to heal. So we use other type of management. Now, there are some management that are not well approved for such treatment, although they do work, or most of
Like
the time.
what? Like
such
what?
as the PRP injection or the plasma injection. in
Okay,
general.
okay.
Plasma-rich platelet.
Okay.
Now, the idea of it, it's that, the plasma is part of your blood.
Your blood, yeah.
And then it has all sorts of minerals, all sorts of vitamins, platelets.
True.
They help healing process.
Really?
It's been used for the skin, it's been used for the hair, it's been used to heal tendons as well, and sports-related injuries as well.
Okay.
Such as the ACL tear. Now, again, it might help or might not help. It's not well-established, approved way of treatment.
Okay.
And also, there are the surgical management as well.
So tell us about, the difference also between rheumatic disease and arthritis in a more simple term, like no such thing called arthritis disease. Is that true?
Oh yes. Arthritis is a symptom again. Arthritis means joint pain
Joint pain.
associated with swelling,
Okay.
stiffness, and hotness. So this is what's arthritis, meaning that there is some sort of inflamed joint. So arthritis again is a symptom rather than a disease.
And
So,
yeah, go ahead.
so again, this takes us to the two types of rheumatic disorders, the mechanic and the autoimmune inflammatory arthritis. So arthritis usually comes with the autoimmune inflammatory arthritis. It will affect the joint. It will cause joint pain, swelling, redness, and hot. It's usually persistent and recurrent. So
Okay.
even if you have one episode now, it might come again a couple of weeks, couple of months.
Okay.
That's why it's important to treat such condition, because recurrent inflammation or persistent inflammation will damage the joint. It will cause deformities.
That's definitely a very important, issue. It's not like, just normal or regular symptom will go away.
You're absolutely right. And they have also other things to tell. Now, such autoimmune disease will not just affect the joint, it can go beyond the joint.
Oh,
Now, if the disease has been there for a long time, uncontrolled, the immune system will start targeting other things, such as the skin. I'm sure you've heard of psoriasis.
Yeah.
It's part of autoimmune disease.
Yeah.
It can
Oh.
affect the joint and the skin. Colitis as well, such as Crohn's disease, ulcerative colitis,
Yeah.
can affect the colon and the joint.
that's
Can affect the eye, causing inflammatory eye disease. Can affect the lung, causing fibrosis. Can affect the heart, predisposing for heart disease as well.
so we should really take care our joints and our bones definitely.
Definitely, at least seek out healthcare professional.
Yeah.
The healthcare professional should tell you if it's an autoimmune inflammatory arthritis or it's just simple mechanical problem. Because if it's autoimmune arthritis, you definitely need to control the disease.
So how can public awareness, be promoted regarding the rheumatic disease, and how can the quality of life, Dr. Khalid, of rheumatic patients be improved?
Well, you're already helping in promoting such
Exactly,
awareness.
exactly.
So we're doing all sorts of TV interviews. We're having all sorts of social media as well. But the most important thing that every year we do an awareness program called Arthritis Day. And we seek awareness to the public, to the population, just to inform them what type of diseases, what is expected, and how to be treated. This year it will be on November 24th, and it will be in Shahid Park.
Oh, really?
All right. So I invite everyone to join, of course.
There will be, let's say, a lecture about that?
I would say a festival rather than a lecture. So it's not something formal. It's something that family-oriented. Everyone should practice as well. So we're going to do all sorts of activity, exercises, sports.
I see.
And then we're going to do a few patient experience discussion. We're going to review a few videos. It's not a lecture, I would say.
No,
something more
it's something more entertaining. So,
Definitely.
So why it occurs in the winter time, in the cold weather, in the cold atmosphere? Why these things always occur? Joint pain.
It does.
Arthritis, rheumatism, and stuff like that.
So two main theories.
Yeah.
The first theory is when it gets cold or there's change of weather, you will start losing blood to your joint because they go to important areas,
exactly,
such as the organs or the body itself.
Yeah.
So when you lose this blood supply, the joint will start aching and feeling painful, especially if they are diseased. The other theory is because of the change of weather and the cold weather, we don't drink a lot of fluid, particularly water.
Exactly.
So this causes dehydration. Dehydration is definitely not good for the joints.
I see.
So these are two main reasons.
That's really definitely something very important. So what are the most prominent preventive, advice that people with chronic diseases and those who take impulsive drugs should follow to protect themselves and those around them?
So definitely we treat the person as a whole. We do not just treat the disease itself. So it's not just medication, but we have to improve the lifestyle. So healthy diet, exercise, proper or optimal body weight as well. So make sure that he doesn't have excess fat, because fat is not good. It produces free radicals.
It will be a burden on the joints, is that?
Definitely.
Correct.
As I said, fat produces free radicals and causes oxidization. So it will further worsen the inflammation or degeneration. So it will affect both types, the mechanical and the inflammatory. So that's why excess body weight is not good. Again, proving the health, the nutrition.
I just want to interrupt here. Free radicals are related to inflammation?
Definitely.
Really?
They worsen it. So antioxidants actually are helpful.
Antioxidant, okay.
Yeah, that's absolutely right.
Definitely. This is the opposite of free radicals.
Yes.
Okay. And that's definitely, it all goes to the body fat, and the body weight.
Yes, that's correct. So exercising, of course.
How about strengthening your muscles?
It definitely helps, because strengthening your muscle will lower it will improve the joint by lowering the pressure on it.
Yeah.
That's the word.
That's true.
Yeah. So when you exercise, when you strengthen your muscle, there will be lower pressure on the joint. However, I do not recommend over-exerting the joint. So do not over-exercise. Exercise properly to your body weight. Do not go to too much heavy lifting.
Yeah.
That will actually
Hardcore,
damage and causes faster degeneration.
Exactly.
Yes.
And
so
that's what I've been told. When you do some body weight, or leg extension or leg pushing, do also in a swimming pool running and jogging.
Definitely
it will be easier than the body weight lifting.
I like exercising in the pool because there is no gravity, so it will not hurt the joint, and there is higher resistance because of the water.
Exactly.
So it will give better exercise to your body rather
better results,
than the normal exercise. Of course, quitting smoking. Smoking is implemented increasing inflammatory arthritis.
Really?
Definitely, yes.
Oh, that's bad. That's tough advice, dear viewers. And we know, a lot of people smoke, unfortunately, and this is not good. But you're saying, smoking help worsen the pain.
Definitely. Worsen the pain, worsen the inflammation as well. It will cause, shorter interval between attack and an attack.
Okay.
So that's why we definitely ask or encourage to quit smoking.
That's so. What is lupus, or some call it the SLE, and what are the symptoms, and what are the causes of this disease?
So this is a very common question. Lupus, or systemic lupus erythematosus, which is called SLE, is a very common question because a lot are afraid of this disease. Actually, this disease is again autoimmune disease that affects the joint, but this disease particularly affects other systems, such as the skin, such as the hair, such as the mouth. It can also affect the kidney as well. That's why it's important. It's what affects the kidney. It can cause real damage to the kidney. That's why we really need to investigate well and to make sure that we are on the proper way to diagnose this disease.
And you said it's because?
So it's the causes of most inflammatory disorders is mainly genetic, which is the internal non-modifiable risk factor. So usually one person has it, and then other siblings or other children will inherit it. This is the most likely cause. But there are other external factors, such as the environment, such as smoking, pollution as well. Stress and anxiety can also trigger such diseases.
Oh, really?
Yes, they do.
Yeah, that's another, tough advice, sugar.
And of course, overweight, sedentary lifestyle, lower exercise. Also, all this can trigger. It's not a direct relation cause, but it does trigger such diseases.
Absolutely. Doctor, yes, you want to, because we are really out of time. So if you have any last advice, Dr. Khalid.
So most of my advices I already mentioned, which are make sure you eat healthy, you make sure you exercise regularly. I'm not saying every day, it's just like every other day.
Every next day, yeah.
Yes, exactly. Quit smoking. Definitely, it's one of the causes of inflammatory disorder. And make sure you maintain a proper body weight. Between time to time, just do your blood test for vitamins, because vitamins are really important in such conditions, such as the vitamin D, which is very important for joints and muscles and bones as well. Calcium as well, magnesium, vitamin B12. So between time to time, do a blood check or visit the health care professional. So he will give you further advice.
Dr. Khalid Doob, thank you very much, and you were really an honor, and you enlightened me and the viewers.
Thank you. It's absolutely my pleasure. I hope we can get another episode so we can discuss further about that.
Absolutely. Good times, just pass very fast.
Certainly.
So, dear viewers, that was Khalid Doob, Vice President of Kuwait Association of Rheumatologists, Senior Specialist in Rheumatology. So, we'll go for a break after that. Please stay tuned, don't go away. We'll be back with more. Welcome back, dear viewers. The UN Food System Summit +2 stock-taking moment, UNFSS +2, on 24th and 26th of July 2023 in Rome, Italy, saw countries convene to review progress on the commitments made during the 2021 UN Food System Summit. The UNFSS +2 was a pivotal moment in our shared journey towards sustainable food systems and the achievement of the 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development. Current food systems perpetuate inequalities and fail to address rising levels of hunger and malnutrition. Meanwhile, biodiversity loss, pollution, and carbon emissions driven by our food system are threatening the foundation upon which our food and food systems depend. More details from the following report on the UN.
In a world of plenty, it is outrageous that people continue to suffer and die from hunger. Global food systems are broken and billions of people are paying the price. Transforming food systems requires all hands on deck.
Here in Rome, we have the chance to start a new journey towards global food security.
Welcome back, and this is definitely the issue of the century. Global warming is the long term of heating of Earth's surface observed since the pre-industrial period between 1850 and 1900 due to human activities, primarily fossil fuel burning, which increases heat trapping greenhouse gas levels in Earth's atmosphere. The month of July this year witnessed a significant rise in global temperatures, and in order to learn about the reasons, let us follow this following program. And frankly, from the global warming, we'll go for the architect. Architecture is part of the fabric of our everyday lives, but unless you are trained architect, you might not have stopped to consider all the differences or varieties out there. It's worth it, though, as architecture stylists are as diverse, interesting, and beautiful as diversity and interesting, beautiful in any other type of art or design. More details from the following report.
Hi. Today we're going to be talking about some more of the architectural styles. This one in particular is one of my absolute favorites, just because it has that eclectic atmosphere, those vintage and nostalgia vibes. We're talking about industrialism, or aka industrial chic. Industrial chic is inspired or originated from factories, warehouses, and anything that was industrial. It became popular through lofts, where they used to take an old abandoned factory, add few elements, fix up few things, and there you go. You have a whole loft style with industrial style. So what are the elements? What is it composed of? How can you turn a space that's brand new into an industrial style? Although industrial style came to be from an existing space that was already filled with history into something new. But if we start from scratch and we want to make that, what is the elements and the materials that we can use? Basically, industrial design is very raw, very rough. It's industrial. So you have to use things that are like worn out, things that speak history, things that are like, they have a vibe to them, you know? For example, let's say you often see combinations of concrete, exposed bricks, torn out, worn out wood, some leather. Leather gives you that, the vibe of the eclectic atmosphere, let's say. And sometimes you can also add in some of the collected items people take along the way that are old, that are vintage, and put it all together. Let's go more in depth though. What do we mean? Well, first of all, you have to have very large windows to make sure you have natural light, because the atmosphere is a little dark, so you need to bring it to life. You often see the colors gray, brown, and steel. Steel is celebrated, not concealed. Any beams that are there, they're part of the atmosphere. It's not fancy, it's not luxury, it's rough. So you'll see them everywhere. You can combine different elements as long as they all come together. Maybe throw in a little old Persian rug in there to pop up some color, and it just blends it all together. Personally, I love vegetation in the space, and I think whatever you do, if you put enough beautiful plants in the right way, it can really bring the life into the space. So take into consideration some bricks, some plants, beautiful, very picturesque as well. And lights. Maybe go with some signature lights, something, floor lamps over a very old chair. Beautiful. So these are just general ideas that you can take into consideration. Keep in mind, you need very open space as well, so you can see the whole of the area, like all together, because it's the combination of these elements that makes the difference. You don't often see it in families. I mean, Because if you're collecting rare items, maybe you don't want to mess that up. You don't want to break those. Just something to take into consideration. So generally, this is a general idea about industrial chic, and hope you liked it.
The viewers, I guess we reached, at the end of our episode. I hope you enjoyed, this beautiful episode with these variety of reports and our, guest, the dermatology senior specialist, Dr. Khalid Doob. And definitely we wish you all the best. Please stay safe and be good. And see you tomorrow with another episode of Good Morning Kuwait.